Hey guys, it's Blair here. I'm going to do your weekly guided reading. And this week I thought I'd actually try something different and play around with a deck that I bought a couple of months ago, sometime last year. And when I was looking through the decks to use this week, it really called to me. And that deck is the Animal Spirits Knowledge deck, knowledge cards. So I guess it's kind of like an oracle deck in some way because it's not really a tarot deck. But it goes into sort of totem animals and spiritual animals, and I really feel that this week they're really trying to come through and send some messages. So listen to my intuition, and I'm going to do that today. So I pulled out 3 cards from the deck, and we'll get started. This week I'm not going to so much do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that kind of layout. I'm just going to sort of talk about the energies of these animals and what they want to connect with. So first of all, we have the fox, which I think this card is just beautiful and stunning. So when we're talking with the fox and connecting with the fox, he wants us to really acknowledge our sexuality and our sensuality and really who we are in the form of gender, but also who we are in the form of how we identify with ourselves, sexually, romantically, intimately. He's really this very high energy, fast, quick-witted, intellectual, and very, at times the shadow side of him can be very calculating and cunning, but he is a very powerful and beautiful animal who he knows himself. He really just knows himself, and he's really calling you guys to really bring that knowledge of self in and really look at how you relate to yourself and how you identify in those areas. And especially if you're feeling a little bit stagnant in sort of being able to express that about yourself, express your sexuality. And sexuality does cover a broad spectrum of identity and how we relate to other people as well, and how we relate to land and animals. And sort of, for me, he really feels as well about connecting on a bio level, and really connecting with the earth. And I guess for me, the shadow side of the fox would be wanting to go and hide and, burrowing your head. But also at the same time, when you are going to the burrow, think about how, that is a safe place for the fox. That is his home. That is his, little spot of sacredness where he or she has their family or takes their food to digest. So it's really as well taking that time to be above land and below land and focusing on that. And the fox is associated with magic. So we're talking about power here. We're talking about creativity. We're talking about being able to co-create as well. And I love that the fox and the polar bear showed up, because the polar bear this week is really about finding a community that you can love, or building a community of love. He or she is, about power and wisdom and sort of this age, sort of ancient wisdom kind of thing. I always see the polar bear as this sort of crone, grandmother, grandfather, warrior kind of being who, has gone the distance, has gained lessons, still has lessons to go, still has lessons to glean from, but he's kind of like a wise old man. And he's teaching us about, the power of being that wise person, that wisdom person, that person who can take what they've learned and what they're learning now and put it into a community and share with love. And I really think he's also about connecting with your tribe, especially around this period of time when Easter has passed, and it's Greek Easter now. And, really connecting with your family and doing some healing around that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be blood related. It can be your tribe. Doing some healing around your tribe. Maybe one of your members of your tribe is struggling right now. And you may need to all come together in a circle where, you're not putting up with each other's bullshit, but you're lifting each other up and supporting each other. You're asking each other's questions. And I think this week is definitely about questions inside your tribe. And sort of, it's really a very strong identity week where we're really looking at this sort of stuff, really looking at it, and going out there and asking questions. I think sometimes when we are with our tribe, it is very, it can be very hard at times when people are struggling. And, you know, some people, if your tribe may be like going on this epic tour, and they might be just accelerating really fast, and then there's some people who are going a little bit slower, or there's some people who are in mid-between, and you kind of sort of catch that person, and you question whether, you know, you should be the person to step up. I really think if there's someone in your tribe this week, or people in your tribe who are having difficulties or wanting to just sort of, you know, you see the initiative, you see the drive there, you know, get together. This is a perfect week to get together and sort of give each other some ideas, do some brainstorming, do some dream circles or tarot circles if you're interested in that area. Anything like that. Really connect with each other's knowledge, because you do have a wealth of knowledge. And I think it's really important, this card too. When I look at this and the fox together, you know, I really see these powerful people, which are us. They are us. They are elements of us. They are calling to us. Really being able to step up and step in and say to people, you know, let's do this. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's investigate and be curious. And, you know, I've got some wealth of knowledge. I've got some magic. We all have the power to, you know, help each other out. And that's what it really feels like. You know, a really good community based in love. And again, with these two, when I think about it, you know, the fox to me is a wise person, a wise ancient being too. But I always feel as well that he has some young, youthful energy. And I will say this, you know, there are times in our lives when, you know, we look at the youth or we look at the elderly, and, you know, we may make judgments. We are human, and, you know, we may say that we're happy with our tribe being in a group of 50, 60-year-old people, or 20, 25, 30-year-old people. And sometimes I think that the polar bear is a great way to really step outside that paradigm. If you're sitting in that paradigm where you're comfortable with the people that, you know, that you've been around a long time, and you're quite happy being in that place, I'd say stretch that. Reach out to someone younger than you, and if you're younger, reach out to someone who's older than you. You know, you both have a wealth of knowledge. You both have lived a life. And I think it's really important to be able to share that with everybody, because it also lays a foundation for a connection, you know, a really good heartfelt relationship between youth and elderly, you know. I think that's very, very important in this day and age. So those two are beautiful cards, and I'm really excited, you know, and by doing that, and by actually bringing this tribe together, of this community of people, and, you know, bringing that sort of intellectual energy and wisdom to the groups that you're part of, you're really going to offer the world peace and connect with the peace that is really needed right now. They're beautiful, beautiful animals. And lastly, we have the rabbit, which is upside down. No, it's not upside down. There he is. Oh, he's beautiful. So the rabbit really symbolises a hero and heroine's journey. If I say heroine, I'm very sorry. I pronounce that always wrong. It's about harvesting. The rabbit's really connected to the mother energy as well, I believe. Whenever I see the rabbit, I really feel this sort of connection with the queens as well. The queens, the mother, Gaia. It's really just this beautiful animal who is full of spirit, full of readiness to go, but also just this humbleness as well. And when we're talking about harvest, and we're talking about life and rebirth again, you know, we're at the end of this week, we're coming through a new cycle is shifting. It's between the 13th and the 18th, so we're coming into a new moon as well, which I think is perfect card as well for the end of the week when we are shifting into that, because we're talking about, you know, we're shifting into a new season. We're really fully coming into autumn now over in Australia. So, you know, March, April, May, we're in the middle of it now, and then we're going to be shifting through, you know, we're going to be shifting through the middle of that the middle of that season. And through the middle of the season, we are going to be shifting energy and getting rid of things that, you know, we need to work on and shift through and really look at. And I think that the fox and the polar bear are going to help us, because they're going to actually invite us to new communities. They're going to invite us to new people who can help us do that. And that may mean leaving those people that, you know, in old situations and old tribes that, you know, no longer work for you. That's okay. Just let that go, and thank those people. Really, really thank those people. And it talks about on the card about returning to the sun and the sky and restoring warmth to the patterns of day and night. And I think this is a beautiful, beautiful sort of image to take into meditation too. You know, connecting with that sun and the sky and the earth and how it's sort of dying, and, you know, again with the rabbits go into holes, you know, that's their protective ways they get with their tribe, and they get with themselves, and they love themselves, and they protect themselves. You know, I think this is a beautiful way to just take yourself into a meditation. Put yourself in the rabbit's place. Put yourself in that, you know, sprightly, energetic hero who, you know, a rabbit who's going on a journey, hopping away, going on his hero's journey as well. The start of a new journey, and women as well. You know, and really having that power and abundance and being able to be that free spirit. So tap into that, meditate on it, meditate on the sun and the sky and what that means to you, and sort of look at where you are on your own journey. You know, maybe you have started off and you're coming up to a point where you have to question whether that journey was for you, like a particular pathway was for you, whether you're happy with where you are right now, and you're like, okay, I realise I have to go down another path, or I realise I need to go back to the beginning and start again and see how I go. So really, the rabbit or hare is really protecting you through that process, and I think it's a beautiful character, beautiful, loving, and I love how it showed up at Easter time. I really do. I'm just, and not that I don't really have a very religious strong front, and I don't really celebrate Easter as much, but I just think it's beautiful that it showed up in a time where it needs that energy. We need that energy because Easter, again, is a celebratory time to connect with our tribe, and to also realise what no longer works with it. So thank you guys for watching my video. I'm sorry my phone has been going off, and I will talk to you guys later. Again, you know, do some research of your own on the fox, the polar bear and the rabbit. They're beautiful, beautiful beings. I will have a card, picture of my cards up there that you can look at as well, so if you want to just sort of print that off or use it as inspiration for your meditation or some writing as well, I definitely recommend it. And I'll have some journaling questions relating to these animals as well in my post too. So thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and have a fantastic weekend if you're celebrating the Greek Orthodox Easter, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.